Hey, it's your girl Purdy Rose. I'm back for part two of Married versus Single Life. That's right, married versus single life. All right, you guys, this is our little commentary spot right here. So, we're going to dive a little bit more into talking about the difference between being married and the difference between being single, and maybe like some little tips that might kind of help you along the way because I know a lot of us singles are tired of mingling. Woo! Tired of mingling and hearing people's story. Woo! And then us married people, I know you are just tired of still being with the same person, hearing their same story, seeing them do the same thing day in and day out. No change for the better. Just everything just keeps going the same as it was before. So let's get into a little commentary about married versus single. Remember, Apostle Paul said that it is better for you to be single so that you don't be undivided in doing God's work, okay? Spreading the good news. That's what this is all about. But if you should be married, you should stay married and make it work whatever you need to do because you know God changes things. So maybe you're not on your knees enough, and maybe you're not praying enough because you know God can turn that marriage around just like that. But here's the first thing that we I want to talk about: the fantasy of being married. Okay, a lot of us look at the fantasy. Oh, I want to be married. Oh, I want somebody for me. How about I want to be married so that I can be with someone where we can build an institution, we can create a legacy, we can be a power couple, a super couple, and doing God's work. How about that? You know, a lot of times we are just thinking about the one way street, but it's multiple ways to go down the street, right? It's four ways. So when we are thinking about being married, what about for rich or poor, in good health or in bad health? That's when the real work sets in, when that person is out of work, when that person does have work, when that person does have money, when that person doesn't have money, when that person is in good health, or maybe when that person is not in good health, when the emotions are high, and them having a gay old time and being happy, or when the emotions are low, when they're vibrating very lowly and they got emotional things going on. We all go through different things in life. You will not be the same as you were in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s and your 50s and your 60s, 70s, 80s. Okay, every decade you have a different philosophy. In your 20s, you're having fun, you're invincible. In your 30s, you're looking to settle down. In your 40s, you should be settled. In your 50s, you're maintaining. In your 60s, you're going to another level. In your 70s, you retire. And in your 80s, you're leaving a legacy. So there's different phases of life in you being married and growing old, having children and grandchildren, and having a generation, a legacy to leave for your family, your crest. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. And marriage is probably one of the hardest things in life to do because God wants you to be one flesh, one mind, one body. And you have people coming from different walks of life, okay, socioeconomic, culturally, philosophies. Everything is different, and you're trying to put it all in one. And it takes God to do that. You have to be fully and absolutely committed to God, all parties. And for you singles, think strongly about when you go out and meeting someone. When you meet someone, casually talk to them on the phone. Don't do like me and talking to a person every single night for 2.5 months, taking my energy. Like my boy E.T. said, the motivational speaker, I should have charged him because he was taking my energy. 75 days worth of energy he should have been charged. Now he's all pumped, feeling good. He just came out of a relationship after a year. and feeling like the person wasted his time. And I spent 2.5 months and I'm thinking, well, you wasted my time, you know? Don't get involved because people will waste your time and you have things to do and you don't need to be dealing with other people's issues and problems in trying to just get a little bit to make you feel good. You can feel good with God's Christ. Okay? With Jesus Christ, you can feel good. All right? So I just want everybody to know that take your time. Meet a person, talk to them casually on the phone once, maybe 2, 3 times a week at the most. Then maybe after 6 months, maybe you could start going out on a couple of dates. Don't let them come to your house. You go out. Okay? People are crazy. They don't even need to come to your house. All right? Go out, hang out, go have some good times. I don't know what you might want to do, but just have fun. All right. So after maybe a year, then you could think about being exclusive. And then maybe 3 to 5 years, you could think about getting married. But you shouldn't be marrying a person under three years, because you don't even know that person. You barely know them, even at 5, but at least you got a little bit to see them in the fall, spring, winter, and summer, through a couple of years, through their ups, their downs. And I think it's really important to think about that. Okay. So remember, take your time, and don't be having babies by people. Protect yourselves, protect your wealth. Protect your wealth. Your body is a temple of God. Okay? Protect your wealth. Remember, we are to honor God's temple. All right. I want to give you a couple of scriptures before it's time to go. All right. These are really, really, really important. So let's check them out real quick. I'm going to read these really, really quick. Okay. So First Corinthians chapter 7. Now, for the matters you wrote about, it is good for a man not to marry. But since there is so much immorality, each man should have his own wife, and each woman her own husband. The husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. All right, now let's go over to verse 15. Okay, verse 15 says, but if the unbeliever leaves, let him do so. A believing man or woman is not bound in such circumstances. God has called us to live in peace. How do you know, wife, whether you will save your husband? Or how do you know, husband, whether you will save your wife? All right, let's go to verse 32. Verse 32. Okay, verse 32, I would like you to be free from concern. An unmarried man is concerned about the Lord's affairs, how he can please the Lord. But a married man is concerned about the affairs of the world, how he can please his wife, and his interests are divided. An unmarried woman or virgin is concerned about the Lord's affairs. Her aim is to be devoted to the Lord in both body and spirit. But a married woman is concerned about the affairs of this world, how she can please her husband. I am saying this for your own good, not to restrict you, but that you may live in a right way in undivided devotion to the Lord. All right, that's all we have time for. Okay, you know how we do it. Okay, if you enjoyed this message, tune in next time by hitting the like button and subscribe for the daily bread to nourish your mind, spirit, and soul in standing firm on God's good news. God bless you.